Finally, we get to an AP English Literature question 3 open question prompt that doesn't have fluff in it. Hooray! So let's read it together. In some works of literature, a character who appears briefly or does not appear at all is a significant presence. Choose a novel or play of literary merit and write an essay in which you show how such a character functions in the work. You may wish to discuss how the character affects action, theme, or the development of other characters. Avoid plot summary. You may select a work from the list below, or you may choose another work of comparable literary merit suitable to the topic. First of all, as I've said before, I advise my students to ignore this request because if you look at the list, it could make you a little anxious. Suppose you haven't read anything from the list. It doesn't matter. As long as it's a work of literary merit, you are fine. So we'll just take that out too, so it's not a distraction. And of course, you're writing an essay. Now, the thing that this prompt is looking for is what is the function or purpose of the briefly appearing character? So, what is the function of that briefly appearing character? How does that character add to the richness of the book? Why did the writer include that character in the book? So you need to think of a character then who may be a minor character or a character who's mentioned on the side who nevertheless is very important to the work. So choosing that character shouldn't be too hard, as most works have a lot of minor characters in them. If you're thinking about the autobiography of an ex-colored man, which we read recently, then you might consider the importance of the millionaire in the life of the narrator, or perhaps his wife, because his wife certainly changed the course of his life as well. So what is the function of that character? How does that minor character change the rest of the story? And then they've given you things that you can possibly consider as you're discussing the function of that character. They're just suggesting things here, but they're very good things. The suggestions usually lead you in the right direction. So action, theme, or the development of other characters are some possible functions of that briefly appearing character they're talking about there. So then you need to discuss the purpose of that character. Give examples from the text of how that character changes the course of the book. How does that character affect the action, the theme, development of other characters? That's what your evidence is going to be about.